Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's WrongTime here, and today I am back with another Storytime with WrongTime. And I know it's been a while since I've uploaded a video, and I'm sorry about that. But it is Christmas, and it's kind of a hectic time. But I think I read up to chapter 6, so that's what I'm going to be reading today. And if I'm mistaken, then I'll try and make another video shortly. But either way, let's get to it. I don't see why you had to bring me along, Dayton, cried Johnny. Dayton was, once again, driving like a lunatic down the freeway and nearly crashed into 5 telephone poles in 20 minutes. Must be a slow day. It's because you're fresh blood. If you die, it's not like you'll be missed much. Anyway. Besides, we haven't even started our assault on the honey badgers yet. That won't be for a couple days. What we're doing today, however, is getting our hands on some fresh guns. You don't honestly think your pistol is going to be good enough, do ya? I know we all have one, and you're all sentimental about them, but hold on. Sentimentality doesn't kill people. Flying metal faster than the speed of sound kills people, and we need more of those metal sticks that launch said metal. Yeah, but you already have Skip and Pawside with you. Why do you need me? Skip will distract the shop owner so we can steal these guns. Me and Pawside will be stealing as many as we can carry while Skip's doing his thing, and you'll be stealing ammunition for those guns. What kind of ammo are we talking about here? Just grab all that you see. We'll stockpile the bullets we can't use for when we do get the gun to go with it. I guess that makes sense. What do you mean, guess? Of course it makes sense. I came up with the plan. Okay, shut up, let's go. We're here, let's go. They pop the trunk and pull out 2 duffel bags for Dayton and Pawside, and a supermarket shopping bag for Johnny. Oh, God, I hate this computer. There we go. Skip walks inside the gun shop first. Dayton, Pawside, and Johnny enter 2 minutes later. The building sells a variety of merchandise. Getting the shop away from the weapons should be easy for Skip. Hey, how are you doing? Skip begins. I'm looking for a shirt that goes with my diamond hard abs. Got any recommendations? Oh, sure, the shop owner begins. Just this way, sir, and I'll show you what we have. The owner was an elderly man with a cane, plaid shirt, and suspenders. It takes him ages to get anywhere, so he'll be gone for a while. Okay, quick, while he's gone, Dayton whispered to the other 2. Dayton and Pawside begin stuffing their duffel bags with all the guns off the wall, while Johnny starts stealing as many bullets as he can to get his hands on. He looks around and sees Dayton motioning him to come over to him. Okay, started Dayton. So I just realized that most of the guns worth keeping are in the glass cases. I'm going to need you to go pickpocket the keys off the old man's belt. Johnny looks over his shoulder and sees the keys jingling from the shop owner's belt across the store. He gulps and then begins slowly creeping towards the old man. What are you doing? Dayton quietly screams. You're still holding the bullets and you're making a huge racket when you walk. Give me the bullets before you try to take the keys. Johnny, just realizing what could have happened, quickly gives him the bullets before creeping up on the old man again. The shop owner hasn't even reached the shirts yet. As Johnny gets closer to the shop owner, Skip goes out of his way to start talking louder and making more profound gestures as to help take the possible awareness from Johnny and onto him. Once he sees Johnny begin to reach for the keys, Skip accidentally bumps into the shop owner, so it's harder for him to notice Johnny taking the keys. As soon as Johnny had the keys, he begins to quietly scurry back to Dayton and Pawside. Immediately they start to open all the display cases and take each gun out one by one, while Johnny continued to collect more bullets. A few minutes later, Dayton and Pawside had filled their duffel bags, and they grabbed Johnny and motioned Skip that they had what they needed, and ducked out of the store. Soon they were back in the car and driving to the hideout. Okay, so what kind of guns do we got, guys? Asked Skip. Let's see here, began Dayton. We got a couple shotguns, some rifles, a few pistols, a couple revolvers, a sniper rifle, and a partridge in a pear tree. Looks like we're set up pretty well, said Pawside. We're going to rip the honey badgers a new one. Hey, Pawside, started Johnny. I thought you were a clothes designer based on how Dayton Skip bring you up? Nah, I just have a taste in clothes. As you can tell by my three-piece suit I am currently wearing. Posse is wearing a light gray jacket with 3 buttons on it, with a tie and trousers to match, as well as a white shirt underneath and black shoes. These two always think that I'm too formal and that I should lay off the fancy threads, but I laugh at their proposal. What is the point of having uniform if you don't look good in it, is what I say. I guess so, started Johnny. But aren't you afraid of getting shot? I don't think a fancy suit's going to stop bullets all that well. Do any of you ever wear ballistic vests? No, because it's impossible to get any in this city. The place hasn't had a shipment of them in, say, 4 years or so. It's too dangerous, with it being high-value cargo and all. Leaving the city's too difficult as well. We'd be up to our necks with the police if we don't without some form of disguise. Actually, that's what we're going to do next, said Dayton. We're going to sneak out of the city and get ourselves some vests. Exciting, right? Yeah, but sounds risky, said Skip. What's your plan to leave? We've got police checkpoints just through the city's tunnel entrance. What entrance? I guess I blacked out when I came here, asked Johnny. There's a tunnel that leads into the city, said Posse, and since we're surrounded by mountains, that's the only way out, besides flying, of course. And no, you can't hike over them. That's 3 months of non-stop hiking through the mountains, because they're in rows, in 20-degree weather, and no shelter. Good luck hiking it. Old Marvin, one of our hideout snipers, is the only person to have ever done it, as far as I can tell, and that's because he managed to kill a bear and cut it open so he could live inside it for the night and stay warm. And after all that, the guy lost both his legs and went blind in his left eye. Still makes for a good shot, though. Alright, when we get back to the hideout and store these guns, we're going to come up with a plan to get through that checkpoint, said Dayton. Hey, why don't they ever come into the city? Asked Johnny once again. That's because it would be basically suicide for all the police officers that happen to come into the city. I doubt a fight with unarmed gang members will stop you from going nuts on an officer. You have a fair point. Alright, Chapter 7. Actually, alright, there we go. That'll make it so I can talk a little longer. Dayton, Skip, and Johnny and Posse pull up to the hideout, throw the guns behind the main desk, and get to planning with the higher-ranked gang members, Marco included. Okay, if we want to pull off our hit on the honey badgers, we need to get our hands on some Kevlar vests. That means finding a way out of the city without attracting too much attention, as well as stealing them without getting caught. Can't we just buy them? Asked Ronnie, the gang's tinker. Or even better, get our hands on some materials so that I may build them? No, building them would take too long, and a brass spider managed to find a way into our treasury and stole a good portion of our cash before the bomb was set up. So we can't buy them either. What we need to do is assemble a crew to be able to get their hands on those vests. I already have a plan to get us out of the city without getting us caught, so we don't have to worry about that. What we do need to worry about, though, is how to rob this store. Okay, who do we have? We have a good hacker to get the power off in the store, a couple people to watch the employees and make sure that they don't get too close for comfort. A distractor would help, a good 5 people to help get the vests out of the store, and a couple gunmen to help if things go bad. Ronnie began reading a list of eligible people for the needed positions. Okay, so we would have Floyd Crossley. He knows his way around the computer. He's a thief, but more of a hacker thief. He stole a couple $100,000 without anyone noticing. He could get into the camera feed, so we'll be able to see through them, and tell us whether we're about to bump into something unnecessary. He's perfect as our hacker. Yeah, let's go with him, said Marco. Alright, you said you need lookouts, right? What about Wayne? Oh, wait, he can't speak. Never mind. Actually, the boss interrupted, he can still hum and make all sorts of sounds. He simply can't talk. He's our best eyes on the team. He's also good with wires in case we need to hook up something. We're bringing him. If you say so, boss. We need at least one more, though, so we should bring maybe Sebastian Mayer as our other lookout. Not much of an eagle-eyed hunter like Wayne, but very good at noticing gaps in security. He could not only offer an extra pair of eyes, but also maybe recommend when and where to go to pull this off. Sorry. Well, mark him down and let him know he's part of this. Ronnie fills in the position with Sebastian's name. Alright, so I'm willing to bet that you want Skip as our distractor. Yep. Well, that was easy. What do you want as our gear movers? I want Dayton and Posside as our two main thieves. Other than that, nothing comes to mind. Any recommendations? Let's see. We have Will Quartz. We can have Will Quartz help move some gear. He's been out of the city before, managed to pull off a few heists. Him and his partner, Finn Pearsley, managed to pull off a bank robbery and come home with about $500,000. Be extra careful. You don't let Will have your money. He'll spend it on booze and get so drunk he won't even remember he borrowed your money. I recommend we have both of them. I also think we should have Fyodor Benjamin as another one of our handy helpers. Dude's got a reputation for having sticky fingers. Seems like every time he goes to a clothing store, he comes out with a whole new outfit he never even paid for. He also seems to be a natural-born liar. He could talk himself out of any situation, almost. Murder is not his forte, though, and those get too complicated too easily. Don't rely on him to back you up too much when things go south and the bullets need to go flying. Well, I can't think of any objections with our thieves. After all, it's not their job to kill anyone. Let's go with them. Alright, okay. So did you have anyone in mind for a backup gunman? Actually, I did. I want Vincent Walsh and Marvin Munster as our gunmen. A sniper and someone actively on the streets could prove an effective combo. The gang member cracks a smile at Marvin's last name and proceeds to write the two names down where their position is. What was that? Like a soccer mom van and a half or something like that? Asked Dayton. No, we need to bring 2 vehicles for 8 men on the ground, 1 van for a hacker to store his equipment in, and 1 for a gunman. Preferably, I'd like to have Vincent drive, since he can drop off Marvin's little setup location, then drive the car down closer to the store and use it as cover. Might make things a little easier for him. Ronnie grabs a giant piece of paper, sprawls it out in front of everyone on the table, and begins sketching the gun stores and nearby alleys. He then begins plotting where he would think would be the best place to have who and when. Okay, Ronnie begins. I think that it would be best to have our lookouts and distraction go in first, and after a few minutes, our thieves should follow. I'm also thinking we have Floyd Crossley across the street at the pawn shop, where a van needed to hold his equipment won't look too suspicious, and hacking into their security from a relatively safe position. I also think that we should have Vincent down in the alley right next to the gun store, and Marvin get behind a dumpster in an alley across the street. If there is no dumpster, then he can hide and get behind the building. Every group is in charge of getting their smells out of there, and having 4 getaway drivers would result in too big of a cluster of men to worry about. Okay, so just to double check, you asked for Floyd Crossley as the hacker, Wayne and Sebastian as lookouts, Skip as the distractor, Dayton, Posside, Will, Finn, and Fyodor as the thieves, and Vincent and Marvin as our gunmen. Marco nods. Well, then I think this is all set up. Unless you think there's something I missed. To me, sounds like everything is already planned out for something that shouldn't be all that complicated, said Marco. Get the rest of these guys together at the front desk and let them know the plan. Ronnie rolls up the paper, brings his list, and begins searching for everyone. Okay. I'm going to leave it there, and, I'm going to leave it there, because the next chapter is pretty long. I'm not going to read that yet. We'll be here for another, 30 minutes or so, maybe. And I'm sorry if I sound a little funny. My nose is really stuffy. Yeah, I apologize for that. But anyway, if you liked it, then go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. And if you did like it, I hope to see you again in another video. Alright. Sorry, the audio cut out a little too short. But anyway, if you did like and subscribe, or if you did like, then go ahead and leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Alright, bye.